Shall we start? Yes. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Gangurubhyo Namaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Om Aim Sarasate Namaha. Om Kling Kalikaye Namaha. Om Kling Bhadrakalli Namaha. Om Dam Durgaye Namaha. Om Hrim Namah Shivaya. Sankaram Sankaracharyam Isavam Vadarayanam Sutrabhasakritam Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha Ishvara Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyamavadvyapta Dehaya Siddhachinamurtaye Namaha Siddhachinamurtaye Namaha. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. So let we shall start today. Let we shall start today. Shiva Sutra. Today is Monday, Shiva Sutra on the Shaivism. And we have been speaking about the last time about Bhairava consciousness, right? That is Sutra number 5. Or yes, Udyam Bhairava. I think today we are going to speak about Sutra number 6. That is already, I think, you have been discussed, right? Sakti Chakra Sandhani Bhisma Sanghara. Yes, I think we have been discussed that already. Then today we are going to speak about Sutra number 7. Say Jagrata Swapna Susupta Vede Turiya Bhoga Sambhavaha. Turiya Bhoga Sambhava. Say Jagrata Swapna Susupti Susupta Vede Surya Bhoga Sambhavaha. Say Jagrata Swapna Susupta Veda Turiya Bhoga Sambhavaha. Jagrata, the waking state of the consciousness. Swapna, the dream state of the consciousness. And Susupti, the state of consciousness is a profound sleep in which there are no ideas. Veda, difference. Jagrata, Swapna, Susupti, the waking state of the consciousness, the dream state of the consciousness, the state of the consciousness, profound sleep in which there are no ideas. So that the Susupti, deep. That means absence of the consciousness, absence of awareness. So I can say absence of awareness in a deep sleep. Jagrata, at least you are aware. Swapna, you are aware, therefore you can have you can remember your dreams as well. But in Turiya, they say Swapna, Susupta, Vede, Turiya Bhoga Sambhavaha. Turiya Bhoga Sambhavaha. Turiya, the fourth. The fourth, that is the fourth state of the consciousness, which is the witness of the other 3 states. So when you are reaching and above the 3 states of the consciousness is the witness of the all consciousness. Generally, yogi who attain Atmajnana, Brahmajnana, and they have the state of the consciousness, the 4th state, the Turiyati. So yogi who have the Atmajnana, Brahmajnana, so they can have aware 3 states of the consciousness, Jagrata, Swapna, and Susupti. Then after that they say Abhogaha. That means rapture's experience. Sambhava, lead, the production, coming into existence. You see, Jagrata, Swapna, Vede, Turiya, Bhoga Sambhava. Say, production coming into existence, but avoiding remaining in this context, even during the three different state of the consciousness is working, dreaming, and profound sleep. The rapturous experience of I consciousness of the fourth state of the awaits. So what mean of the sutra number I consciousness of the fourth state of the awaits? What does that mean? So you are reaching the fourth state of the consciousness known as the transcendental consciousness. In transcendental consciousness, where one have the experience, the wisdom of Atma and merge with the Paramatma. And then once you are witness of the, and you are became yourself as eternal. You became yourself as eternal. So you are experiencing the eternal consciousness. And that is what known as Brahmagyan or the Atmagyan. And that consciousness is witness of the three states of the consciousness. Jagrat and Swapna and Susupti. Generally, we are not aware of the Susupti, but you can aware of the Susupti as well when you are experience the four stages of the consciousness, Turiyati, the transcendental consciousness. Turiyati is beyond mind, matter, phenomena, and which is unknown, which is secret of the enlightenments. What are the secrets of the enlightenments? Which is something we cannot explain, we cannot express, and that's the secrets. Vishwanesa is very secret. Even is not possible to explain. It's not possible to express. Even is not really possible to experience by the senses. It's something we cannot really talk about it. You can't explain it. It's something formless. It's something beyond our three states of the consciousness. So that is known as the Turiyatit. And that is the stage of the Brahmagyan, where you enter into Samadhi. And that is the real. And that is what is know. Then you can say, I am with myself. Not with the Dhanamaya Kosha or Pranamaya Kosha, Manamaya or Vijnanamaya or the Anandamaya. No, it's beyond these all courses. So you can experience I am, I was, I am, I will be. So that is the state of the conscious. Today, Swami Samarpan here. He was not before Swami Samarpan. He is now. He will be not also tomorrow when he die. Right? So similarly, so Swami Samarpan not exist all the time. It is a mortal. Even the name and fame Sara, the mortal is exist for time being, temporarily, and it can die. It's born and die. But the state of the consciousness of the Turiyati, the Atman or Brahman, the eternal consciousness, it was, it is, it will be. So, and that is how it is. But we shall go little bit more details about this. And it's very important sutra, Shiva Sutra number 7. They say, Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupta, Bheda, Turiya, Bhoga Sambhava. We are listening many times about Jagrata, Swapna, and Sushupti. But we have to understand how the Shiva Sutras explain. Thus, they so they try to speak about the introduction to the 7th sutra. They say, Evam Opa Sahita Viswasya Na Samadhi Vithana Vedaha Koapityaha. What is that translation? They say, thus, to the individual in whom the universe has been assimilated to the inner Shiva consciousness, there is no difference between Samadhi and Vithana. Vithana means, Samadhi means collectedness of mind in meditation. And Vithana means rising up from the meditation. It is not only during Samadhi that one has the unity concept, but also in the unusual course of life. What does that mean? Once you attain the Samadhi, and generally we are unity with the super consciousness. But not only that, once you experience samadhi, even in normal consciousness, normal life, general life, still you are united with that consciousness. So that is the perfection of the Brahmagyani, Atmagyani. Am I clear that? Once we experience that Brahmagyana, Atmagyana, once we experience the totality of the consciousness, what happening? So that consciousness can be realized not only during the samadhi, but you can experience every moment in your life. So that is the beauty of the yogic wisdom, yogic science, and also beauty of the Shiva Sutras. What they say? To the individual in whom the universe has been assimilated to the inner Shiva consciousness. There is no difference between samadhi and vitthana. So vitthana means here, samadhi means collectedness of mind in meditation. So totality of the mind is known as transcendental mind. You can say super mind or transcendental consciousness or transcendental mind. And vitthana means rising up from the meditations. So what happened in vitthana? There is no difference so much. When you're meditating, the mind awakening and rising means is awakening and rising the consciousness to the higher, from the lower to the higher. So naturally, when you enter into samadhi, you experience the super consciousness or the super mind. Similarly, in vitthana, same thing you are experiencing is rising the consciousness. In the end of the day, or end of that mind, what happening? You experience the transcendental consciousness, and that known as a samadhi. So it is also the inner Shiva consciousness. In the Shiva consciousness, this is assimilated to the inner Shiva consciousness. So again, we are going to study a little bit more detail. This even say sama saman antara nirupaya shamananam jagrata swapna susupta sthanam vede nana rupe prithakatva bhase udyam bhairavah iti lachitasya spuratatmanah sarvadasanustulyasya turyasya ya abhoga chamatkarah tasya shambhavo nityameva turiya chamatkara mayatva prakta mahayoga yuktasya bhavati bhavatirthasthaha kechit sambhavah ityatra samviditi spashartha pathanti. Even when there is a Veda, even when there is an appearance of the difference in the state of consciousness is waking, dreaming, and profound sleep, which are to be expounded soon after. The raptures experienced by consciousness of the fourth state and indicated in the Sutra Udyama Bhairava. That is the Sutra number 6. Udyama Bhairava, the Sutra number 5. Udyama Bhairava, right? Yeah, Sutra number 5. Udyama Bhairava. That where we study. Udyama Bhairava. That means where the in this context means cameras rightly suggest. So Udyama. Ut, the word from Ut, Yama. Ut means up, upwards. Yama means rising. So Udyama means rising the consciousness. The rising the consciousness. Similarly, the Sutra number 5, they try to inject and try to understand in the Sutra number 7. Udyama Bhairava, which is glow of inner light and which runs uninterruptedly in all the states, abides permanently in the experience, who is united with the Shiva consciousness by the great yoga already described. Sambhava yoga or upaya. Sambhava means here they call productions coming into existence. Sambhava, existence. Some adapt of the reading Sambhida in place of Sambhava, the meaning of which perfectly clear. That the case of meaning would be there abides the experience, Sambit, of the rapture, I consist of the fourth state. So, what we are going to study now, Jagrata, Swapna, Susupti, Veda, Turiya, Bhoga, Sambhava. So, then we can little bit more clear. So, when they say, what that means, rapture experience. Do you understand? Rapture's experience, raptures. What does that mean? I try to also a little bit clarify this rapture experience.
It's a joyous experience.
So that means bhoga, the bliss. In the state of Turyatit, you are experiencing the joy, the bliss, and Sambhava one can establish. Jagrata, Swapna, and Susupti, and in Turyatit state, the transcendental consciousness, once you are experienced, you are established. You are established the joy, the bliss, the peace, and the happiness, the calm. So that known as the transcendental consciousness, the eternal consciousness. So I try to find properly. So I can use also another words. So anyway, already understood. So now they try to explain a little bit more details. So let we shall go and different understandings about the four stages. They say there is a declare the Saiva philosophy, Saiva philosophy, or Saiva darshan. It is the fourth state, Turiya or the Turiya of the consciousness, which is not involved in all the three states, which stands as a witnessing consciousness to all the three. It should be borne in mind that is called the fourth with reference to the other three. The word fourth is applied to it relatively owing to the limitation of language. In reality, any numerical term cannot be applied to it. It is ever-present reality. Turiya consciousness always remains at the background of all we feel, think, and do, but we are unaware of it in our normal consciousness. That means what we are live in the normal consciousness. So it's not possible to experience the transcendental Turya state of the consciousness. But we are experiencing Jagrata, Swapna, and Susupti as well. Susupti means a deep sleep. We experience not a complete experience, but we are experiencing a glimpse of the deep sleep states. But the Turiya state, the transcendental consciousness, we are not experiencing at all, even our normal conscious levels. When you sleep, at least say, oh, I have good sleep. That means you are experiencing something. Maybe you are not aware the 100%, but you are aware the glimpse of that consciousness. You sleep so well, right? So, but a Turiya state of the consciousness, we are not experienced at all. We are not aware at all. Even a glimpse, we are not aware. And that state is known as Kala Brahmagyani. A person who attends that Samadhi, a transcendental consciousness, and can experience even normal level, that transcendental consciousness. But as a common beings, like normal, it's not possible to experience that transcendental consciousness. And here, you experience the transcendental consciousness as a bliss, as eternal, calm, quiet, love, compassion. And that one can experience also when you're leading in common and normal life. But a normal person cannot experience, is not for that, is not experience that state of the consciousness. If the normal person is experiencing that state of the consciousness, and there should be no miseries, no problems, no stress, no strain, right? Then we are free from all kind of karmas and sufferings. So this is the difference between yogis, realized persons, enlightenment persons, enlightenment saints and sages, right? So it is also there. The saying, it is siddha, is eternally present, not sadhya. It is not reality that can be produced by our efforts, by any yogic discipline or technique. If it were to be produced, it will be no longer be eternal. It cannot be ordered about it. Then why all this further about gaining the Turiya consciousness. What the value of upayas or yogic disciplines mentioned in the Shiva Sutras? It's very interesting. They say that if through yogic disciplines, actually not possible to experience that Turiyatit consciousness. But then why we need to have yogic disciplines to experience that? So then they explain, then why, what is the value of upaya or yogic disciplines mentioned in the Shiva Sutras? So let us go. The answer is that though it remains at the background of all we are and do, we are unaware of it. It is not a feature of our normal consciousness. The upayas are mentioned so that we may prepare ourselves for its reception. So what I mean, although all disciplines are not all the way to experience the Turiyatit, but it can help you to a certain extent. So for example, practice asana, pranayama, mudras, bandhas, kriyas, whatever you do, it help you certain extent to prepare yourself for the chitta suddhi. Right? So terminally called chitta suddhi. Once you have chitta suddhi, then you can do sadhana, then you can do meditations, and you can experience that state of the Turiyatit, the transcendental consciousness. Then you can experience the Bhairav consciousness or the Shiva consciousness. So Shiva consciousness or Bhairav consciousness, that no difference. So then Sambhavapaya is a very advanced souls whose mind is already prepared for this reception. Then another perception. What they say? In them there is Utyama, Udyana. Is again Udyama. That is what we study. Udyamam Bhairava. In this context, Udyama does not mean exertions, as some have unfortunately interpreted it. But as Khmer has pointed out, Khmer is a great writer. He explained it means Unmajana or Udyantra, emergence. When we are prepared by righteous living and by disconditioning our habitual consciousness, the Turiya emerges from its cryptic cell, so to speak, takes possession of our normal consciousness and becomes its active futures. So what happening? So there we are live. We are live when we are prepared and righteous living. That means if our lifestyles are very much with morals, very much chitta suddhi, are very much righteous, and very much good karma, and that conditioning is our habitual consciousness. Then Turiya emerges from its cryptic cell, so to speak, takes possessions of our normal consciousness and becomes its active nature. So it means one can also develop the right consciousness if such a person have good merits and good karma and good habit patterns of the consciousness. It means this condition, not conditional mind. The unconditional mind we need to develop the transcendental consciousness. Then we can understand the Turiya state of the consciousness. Another very interesting, they try to explain. So two things need to listen. In the words of Kathopanishad, it is a prabhava, or in the words of Shiva Sutra, it is called sambhava, the birth of new awareness for ourselves. In that condition, even though state of waking, dreaming, and deep sleep differ, it awaits as a constant active awareness in all of them. It brings about a transformation of our normal consciousness. In all the differing states, there is an integral awareness. We then life specify eternal, I say eternal tatis. I don't understand anyway. So in all different states, there is a integral awareness. Then we then life subspecies eternal tatis. So let I see this terminology. I say Iterenial. You got these words?
Which word?
Iterenial. This I try to find. You say AETR TRNI TR AETRNI TATIS. Okay. So this is called eternal. Eternal is called subspecies. They call from the standpoint of eternity, from universal perspectives. So it is a then. So what I mean here? So they say that once you are a transcendent, the three state of the consciousness, it brings about a transformation of our normal consciousness. So we have three state of the consciousness: waking, dream, and deep sleep. It abides as a constant active awareness in all of them. You know that the waking, the dreaming, and deep sleep, the three states of the consciousness, it has its own active awareness. When a consciousness you are active, when a dreaming state you are active also as well. In a deep sleep stage, one can be active as well. Once you have developed this transcendental consciousness. But they say that it brings about a transformation of our normal consciousness. And if you are transformed a three state of the consciousness into Turiyatita, what happening? In all the different states, there is an integral awareness. When three state integral, when you put together, and it's help you, it leads you all the way to the transcendental consciousness, then naturally you can experience and life with the eternal consciousness, with Atma Jnana or the Brahma Jnana. Then you are the free. Then you are free yourself. So then we have to go to another perspectives. Turiya consciousness is Saiva philosophy, Saiva darsana. Saiva means Saivaism, Saiva philosophy. It's not merely prakasa. Turiya consciousness, Saiva philosophy is not merely prakas. Prakas means light, not merely Shakshi Chaitanya, witnessing consciousness as in Samskara Vedanta, but is also Bimastra, Bimarsa, full of Turiya Bhoga. That is the rapturous experience of the perfect consciousness of Shiva. So this according to Saiva philosophy, the Turiya state of the consciousness, they say is not merely prakash, is not merely only light or enlightenment, is not merely Shakshi Chaitanya or witness consciousness, is not the Samskara Vedanta, as in the Samskara Vedanta, witnessing consciousness Samskara Vedanta. But they say, but it is a Vimarsa, full of Turiya Bhoga, full of bliss, full of joy, rapture experience of the perfect consciousness of Shiva. So according to the Saiva Darsana, a state of the Turiyatit, a state of the transcendental consciousness is nothing but a consciousness of Shiva. Right? So they give different name. They don't call it Samadhi, they don't call it Atma, they don't call it Brahman, they don't call it nothing, they don't call bliss, but you are become Shiva. So you are experiencing that consciousness. So once you reach the transcendental consciousness, you are experiencing bliss, eternal, and I am Shiva. We say, therefore, we say, Sivoham, 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 शिवोहम शिवोहम अमरात्मा हूँ, शिवोहम 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 वही आत्मा हूँ, शिवोहम शिवोहम अमरात्मा हूँ. So I am Shiva, I am Shiva, I am Shiva, I am the eternal consciousness, I am the immortal consciousness, I am the Atman, I am the Brahman, but I am Shiva, I am Shiva, I am Shiva. When you say I am Shiva, not related to the physical body, not to the Annamaya Kosha, not the, how say, you are beyond all koshas, you are beyond all bodies. That's the transcendental consciousness. So am I clear now? So don't confuse. When you say Anandamaya Kosha is called bliss, a kosha of bliss, there are glimpses of bliss, but that does not lead to the Atma Jnana according to Saiva Sutras. That you have to be very clear. Even according to Atma Bodha already declared. Atma say 5 courses are not the Atma Jnana, but 5 courses we need to help ourselves, to prepare ourselves to experience that the transcendental consciousness. Am I clear? So beyond Pancha courses, you experience Atma Jnana according to also Saiva Sutras. Jagrat, Swapna and Susupti. So it is help you and to transcend your consciousness to the higher consciousness. Then there will be Sutra number 8, 9 and 10 introductions. So let us see what they say. Say Sutrakar define the waking state, etc. by means of the next 3 sutras. So 3 sutras coming. Sutra number 8 is Jnanam Jagrata, Swapna Viklapaha, Avivekamaya Susuptam. Then, according to Saiva Darsana, Shiva Sutras, and explain it differently. So, what is actually Jagrata? So, Jnanam Jagrata. Jagrata is the wisdom. So, let's see which kind of wisdom. You say all knowledge obtained by direct contact with the external worlds is included in a wide sense in the category of the working state of the consciousness when the subject is in contact with the objective world around him on any plane. So that is called Jagrata. But we are going to study more commentary also. Then Sutra number 9. Swapna Viklapaha. Sutra number 8. Jnanam Jagrata. Swapna Viklapaha. Vikalpa. Swapna Vikalpaha. Swapna, the dream state of the consciousness. Vikalpa. All idea, all ideas and all knowledge obtained by the independent activities of the mind when one is not in direct contact with the eternal world. Swapna, dream state of the consciousness. Vikalpa, all ideas and all knowledge obtained by the independent activities of the mind and when one is not in direct contact with the eternal world. All knowledge obtained by independent activities of the mind when the subject is not in direct contact with the eternal world around him on any plane is included in the category of a swapna, the dreaming state of the consciousness is wide sense. So what is the swapna now? All knowledge obtained by the independent activities of the mind when one is not in the direct contact with the external world. So that time dreaming state of the consciousness, that moment we are actually not direct contact with external worlds or gross world, but we have a lot of imagination, vikalpa, imaginations. All knowledge obtained by independent activities of the mind when the subject is not in the direct contact with the external world. So our senses are nothing with the touch with the external world. So that is known as the dreaming state of the consciousness. But then after that say, Aviveko maya so susuptam, Aviveko maya so susuptam. It's aviveka, the word aviveka means has been used here in the sense of non-discriminate. Means there is no proper discriminations, the lack of awareness. Aviveka, no viveka, no discriminations, absence of discriminations. Like in the when you study Jagrata. Jagrata is the state of the consciousness. At least you have the viveka. You can have the consciousness because you're tossed to the external objectives. But in a third state of the consciousness, there is lack of awareness, absence of the awareness. Maya susuptam. The word Maya has been used here in the sense of a mohamayam, of the form of delusion. So the susupta, a state of the consciousness, which is absence of the awareness. So susupta is state of the consciousness is known as absence of awareness, and that is known as moho mayam. That means a state of the delusion, a delusion of maya, moham, moha mayam. Moha means attachment. Involve moha means mayam, the delusion, the false. So the sutra means lack of awareness on any plane is the profound sleep of delusion. So that is the 3 sutras, 8, 9, and 10. Jnanam jagrata, sapna vikalpaha, avivekamaya susuptam. So very interesting. What is the jagrata definition? Jnanam jagrata. It's very nice slokas like mantras. Jnanam jagrata, sapnam vikalpaha, avivekamaya susuptam. What is the susupta? It's the absence of awareness. What is the deep sleep? Deep sleep is the imaginations, and the absence is the disconnect with the external world, and jagrata, which is the connect with the external worlds, direct contact with the external worlds, and that is called jagrata. Jnanam jagrata. But still, this kind of wisdom, it does not help you for atma jnana. It help you for your survival. That what we do? We are the knowledgeous persons. That is jagrata, jnanam jagrata. So whatever you contact the external worlds, and that you call knowledge, and therefore that knowledge is helping for survival, to survive, to live in the samsara. But that knowledge, that wisdom, it does not help you for atma jnana, right?
Make it sound like deep sleep is something negative, something bad.
No.
Sleep of delusion, deep sleep.
Yes. You can say, I can't put the word as a bad, but I can say it's called absence of awareness, and therefore we say how much hours you sleep, that much hour you waste your time being a yogi. That we say, we make jokes. How many hours you sleep, and that much hour you waste your time. That we say. That's why yogi has to aware all the time, either conscious, either the deep sleep, either swapna or the turyati. So therefore we say that when the people are asleep, the yogi is awake. So yogi who attends samadhi, they never waste of time. Therefore we say that, so sleep less, so that you can practice your yogi sadhana, or aware and conscious all the time. Therefore yoga nidra is a technique, and where you can aware and of your 4 stages of the consciousness, either swapna, jagrata, susupti, and turyati as well. So the yoga nidra is a technique of passive meditations that also leads to the samadhi as well. But here in deep sleep, it's a lack of awareness, but the still his mind is functioning. So it's very important in yogic life, one has to aware all the time or witness of our action and reaction of the mind, the breath is. And once we are aware of the action and reaction of the breath is, so naturally you are witness and you are not involved or actions and reaction of the breath is. And once you are witness, so naturally, if you are witness, so naturally you are maintaining the equanimous of the mind, balance of the mind. If you are maintaining equanimous of the mind and balance of the mind, so naturally you can witness of your every state of the mind and the consciousness. So therefore, being a yogi, what kind of skills you need? You need to aware, and you need to be conscious, and you need to maintain all the time, every moments of your life, the equanimous of the mind, the balance of the mind. So that state of the consciousness going to help you how to properly concentrate, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, and the continuity of the samadhi, and you are going to experience that Shiva consciousness or the consciousness of Atman or the Brahman, and that stays a joyful freedom, bliss, truth, love, and compassion. You can give any names. So what I mean, again, I would like to remind you, so whatever you're experiencing is the three states of the consciousness, Jagrata, Swapna, and Susupti. It does not, it make you happy, it make you pleasure sometime, but also make you unhappy as well. It make you suffering as well. So therefore, this is not a pure wisdom. This is not Sudha Vidya, not Sudha, not the pure Vidyas. These Vidyas are helping for it's a bread, butter, chapati, hand to mouth, only to survive. Right? But also we need to survive as well. So once we get such a knowledge, which knowledge? Once you go beyond Jagrata, Swapna, and Susupti and experience Turiyati, the transcendental consciousness, so that help you in order to attain, in order to experience, in order to merge the Shiva consciousness, the Vairava consciousness, or in the Brahman, or in the Atman. So once you experience Atman, naturally merge with the Brahmagyan. So, and we are not going to so much today, and just I want to read the very good very good commentary, then I need to finish. After that, we can have question. The working state of this is taught by the Khemaraj. Khemaraj at first gives the usual conventional sense of the three states of the consciousness: waking, dreaming, and deep dream, less sleep, dream, less sleep. The working state of the consciousness is that in which knowledge of object is produced in the people by means of external senses. The object have a common connotation, connotation for all. The dream state of the consciousness is that is which knowledge is produced only by the mind, without contact with the external world, which is merely a thought, construct, vikalpa, imaginations, and which has an uncommon object, which is a particular kind of knowledge for each individual. It is called dream because it is characterized by such uncommon ideations. So is uncommon, not common. And the final, that which is state of the abhiveka. Abhiveka means no viveka. We say no viveka, no morals. That means no proper discriminations. What is wrong, what is the right. That is abhiveka. Abhiveka means actually no common sense. No abhiveka. We say, oh, you have no viveka. Aviveka. It means no discrimination, no viveka, no heart. We say no heart, no common sense, no morals. That is aviveka. Complete lack of awareness. So another say no awareness. The lack of awareness or careless is a delusive deep sleep. While defining Susupta state, the sutra incidentally describes also the nature of Maya, which is to be eliminated. So they say we suppose not speak Maya. We have to speak the lack of awareness. So you're supposed to not take as a deep sleep, as a bad, as a negative, but you can say is a lack of awareness. So therefore, and the lack of awareness also leads to our suffering and miseries as well, because there's nothing you can really find out. So therefore, a yogi, and they try to meditate and they twin samadhi, so that, and once you reach that state of the consciousness, Turiyati, so natural witness of the three states of the consciousness. So that's not possible. There is no more possible you can do anything wrong, because you are witness of the three state of the consciousness, and you are guiding to your three state of the consciousness. The Jagrata, the Swapna and Susupti. So it means you have to at first to overmaster Annamaya Kosha, overmaster the Jagrata mind. Then second stage, that gross body. Then second stage, how to overmaster Manamaya and Pranamaya Kosha. So where you can overmaster subtle body or astral body. Then go to Vijnanamaya or the Anandamaya Kosha. So where you are overmaster the causal body. Then final body is called Divya Sarir, cosmic body. That is called a state of the Turiyatit. It's beyond mind, matter, and phenomenon, beyond the koshas, beyond all kind of gross forms of the bodies, either the subtle body or the causal body or the physical body. So you have to actually beyond and to go beyond the three state of the consciousness. Then you can reach the total, the Turiyatit state of the consciousness, where you can experience the Shiva consciousness. So that much today, and we can next time, so we can study the Sutta number 11, and if you have some kind of you can have some homework for 7 days. 1 day is enough for Shiva Sutras. Then I just read today, just chanting, but I'm not going to explain the Sutta number 11. They say Tritaya Bhakta Viresaha, Tritaya Bhakta Viresaha, Tritaya Bhakta Viresaha, Tritaya Bhakta Viresaha. So that we can study next time. Tritaya means three. Bhakta means enjoyer. Viresa means master of the sense. Being an enjoyer of the rapture of the eye consciousness in the three, working, dreaming, and deep sleep. He is verily the master of his senses. So that we are going to study next time. It means shortly, and once are over, and if you have really and over mastery of the three states of the consciousness, and so naturally one can experience, naturally one can have the bliss and in the Shiva consciousness. So ultimately, once we are experiencing Shiva consciousness, so natural over mastery of the three states of the consciousness. So, and not only three states of the consciousness, you are over master of your senses. Over master of three senses means what? Master of the senses means not three senses, three states of the consciousness. It means master of the all tattvas, all tattvas. Like you study the five senses of the actions, five senses of the knowledge, five pranas, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. So naturally you are over mastery of these senses, even over mastery of the elements also, tattvas, pancha tattva as well, the earth and water, air, fire, and ether elements as well. So these are the over mastery of the senses. So once we experience the Shiva consciousness. So vice versa, once we are over master of the senses, so naturally experience Shiva consciousness. If you are experiencing Shiva consciousness, naturally you are already over master of your senses. So that elaborately we are going to learn more next Monday. Next Monday. So before I'm going to closing these sections, I would like to have the any questions.
Sutra 10, Avivekamaya Sausuptam. So that could be mean Aviveka, non-discernment, lack of awareness. Then you are not aware of Maya.
Exactly. Exactly.
And therefore deep sleep is good thing.
That means like you are have the bottle of alcohol we drink, then forget the world. The similar the deep sleep as well. So you can have nice vodka, pure Russian vodka are the best, best housing. In Germany, what is the famous?
Vodka, no beer.
No, yeah, beer. In Germany, the beer is very famous, and Russia is very much vodka. So you can have vodka, then forget the world. So no more any illusion, no more delusion, no more maya there. You forget that avivek, the absence of morals, the absence of knowledge, absence of heart, absence of proper understandings. So that is not there. So therefore we enjoy the deep sleep. So we forget, like you drink the alcohols. So that is the deep. So therefore, and we must educate as per the Saiva darshan to expand the state of the consciousness and establish and live in the eternal consciousness. So other questions, Yoganand? Okay, very good. Today's sutras, very good, interesting. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Gangurabhyo Namaha Om Ganganapataye Namaha Om Aim Saraswataye Namaha Om Klim Kalikaya Namaha Om Klim Bhadrakali Namaha Om Dam Durgaya Namaha Om Hrim Namah Shivaya Harihi Om. Om Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. So thanks to all of you today. Thank you.
Thank you.